Ben, how is Quartz changing with the disruption to the retail space that we're seeing not just in Singapore but all over the world?
Yeah. So I think disruption happens irregardless of online or offline. The critical item to disruption is making sure you're relevant and making sure you're new. So you've seen some stores in Singapore close, and certainly you've seen some stores in the US close. Usually those are either they have not revamped themselves or continue to be relevant to the consumer. And that's very critical. Consumers now have a lot of options, not just offline, but online as well. So as such, if you're not reinventing yourself and being relevant and being new, you're not going to create retail excitement and people are not going to come.
So what is Quartz doing then to create that retail excitement?
So right now,
reinventing. Quartz has been around for so long.
45 years.
45 years, and it's the go-to place when we want our appliances, our furniture. But how are you reinventing that? Because you have competition online.
Two critical areas, really. One's around service, really focusing on customers and really focusing on providing good service. Today, our NPS scores are at all-time high. NPS scores are customer service scores, right? So customers rate you. The second part is reinventing how our stores look. And we just launched our Funan store, and that's our first smart home IoT store. Basically, it's IoT home away from home, where you can experience how an IoT smart home will look like before you buy it and do it at home as well.
So you go in, and I've seen it, you go into a little corner there and you get to experience all your digital home appliances talking to each other.
Absolutely.
All right, so now you have a lot of these retailers targeting the younger generation who are more into buying things online or getting everything online. They don't go to the malls and things anymore. How are you attracting these people to come and, well, they're not going to buy your $5,000 TV, but they still need those household things, right?
Sure. So our online store has really taken off. I mean, we've grown over 100% year on year. A very valid reason of why people buy from us, rather than your kind of marketplaces, is because we've got a physical store. They trust us significantly more because we've got a physical store. And if they need to return or ask for advice, they can still come back into our store, return the products through our store, or get advice from there. Right? So I think it's happening now that people are buying more and more online, but they're still careful about where they buy it from online.
Do you find that the younger millennial generation and younger recognize the Quartz brand name the way their parents and grandparents did?
Probably differently. When they start buying household products and they see our selection of goods and the variety we have the largest omni-channel store in Tampines that has the widest selection of product range. So for them, that's a very big calling. Number two, we always guarantee lowest prices. If not, 300% back guarantee.
300%?
Of the difference, where you can find it cheaper.
Okay, but do you think that, I don't know if you have children or younger people would, you do, okay. It's, when I think of buying a washing machine, Quartz is the first place that I would think of doing.
Sure.
But people these days would go online first.
Yeah.
Whatever, digital washing machine, Samsung. And then all the retailers will come up. How do you ensure that they end up going to the Quartz online store, for example?
So having a very good online store is a starting place. Secondly is having very good SEO, right? Creating the right content, creating the right search optimization to ensure that when they search for these products, we pop up right on top. Secondly is working very closely with our vendors, Samsung, LG, Sony, all these guys, and ensure that when they do marketing, it's marketing with us.
Going to the retail apocalypse that we've started to see in American suburbs. Malls are closing, all these big box stores like Best Buy, for example, closing shop. Do you think that is going to happen in a small place like Singapore?
I think it's already started. It's very important to understand that it happens to a certain category of products more than others, right? So for example, if you look at software, videos, music, Singapore, 99% is online.
Right.
Right? So certain products are more pervasive online, than others, right? If you're buying a blouse or a shirt, you probably take the risk of buying it online for 50 bucks or 100 bucks. But if you're buying a couple of $1,000 item, you probably want to do a little bit more work in checking it out and buying from a trusted source, right? And that tends to be more omni-channel oriented, which means that you have a physical store. We know you're not going to run away. We know you're going to honor it. And that's how we think the trend's going to happen, where some stores that are not so relevant will close. Some stores that have not reinvented themselves will not attract crowds, right? And are no longer relevant, and therefore they will close.
Okay, in Singapore, we're seeing a very robust retail market outside of the city center. We see it in Jurong and Tampines and all these places growing significantly. And then we have Funan with Quartz opening a store. What is the strategy behind having a store right in the middle of the city?
So it's important to understand where consumers go. And so for that, we ensure that we look at the subway lines and be present where big consumer locations are. We've not had a store in the CBA area for 3 years.
Right.
Because since Funan closed.
That's why
We've
I'm
been in
surprised
Funan before, right? And customers actually remember things like that, all right? And they remember you being in that mall. And so it's very important for us to be back here again with a different concept that attracts a broader audience, not just tech-oriented audience, but a lot younger audience as well. So we have to make sure we are relevant and we are exciting as well, and so people will come.
Okay. Now, we were talking about how home digital appliances are really cool to have, right? You can experience it in your store. Apart from that, what other cool things can we expect to see in the Quartz store here at Funan?
Okay, so we also have the largest Google Solution Zone there.
What is a Google Solution Store?
So Google Solution Zone provides you all the experiences you can with all Google devices, physical devices. Obviously, search and stuff like that are all online, but these are the Google devices like the Google 3A XL, which is a mobile phone, to the Google Nest, which is a smart home enabling device.
Google Home?
Yes, definitely Google Home, and Google Home Mini is also there, and Google Wi-Fi is also there.
Okay.
So all the solutions are there. Plus, the most important part is a Google expert is also based there. To help
real person.
A real person.
Not a bot chatting with you online.
Exactly.
And I think that is still the secret of having a retail space, to have a real person to talk to.
Correct.
All right.
Very good point, Tim.
Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you very much.